The Londonpreneur Show with Michelle Carter.
Welcome to another episode of Londonpreneur Show, where we interview a new entrepreneur every Monday and Friday. Today I have the lovely Jill Ellis-Worthington from Write.On Communications. Welcome, Jill.
Thank you for having me.
So first question I ask everybody, what gets you out of bed in the morning?
My alarm clock. It's been so cold lately and everything, and, when that alarm clock goes off, you kind of, crack an eye open, and that, seriously, it has to prime myself. That and the promise of coffee.
Oh, that's a good one.
But lately, it's been my new passion. I've built Write.On on 4 pillars, and the 4th pillar just sort of came to me. It's something that's been building for a couple of years, but communication coaching. So my new passion for that. I think businesses have to keep growing and reinventing themselves, and so Write.On just had its 5th anniversary in February, this past February, and so we added a 4th pillar for 5 years.
4th pillar, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So when did that business, Write.On Communications, when did that start for you?
5 years ago, I was divorced, I like to say, from the London Free Press, downsized, as they want to do in publishing today, and I had seen that coming. I was the special sections editor there for nearly 10 years. I'd been working in publishing for 25 before that. And I had taken, the year before that, I'd taken PR and communications at Western because I thought to myself, for a second career, what will I do? Will I become a drywaller? Will I become a carpenter? I have no visible talents, so I'm good with words. And I thought, in a way, I can use words in a different way instead of, sort of telling stories in a print venue. I could tell them in lots of different ways and help people grow their businesses that way.
Very good. When did you realize that you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
It's kind of funny because I've worked corporately on and off over the years, and I have freelanced on and off over the years. And I was thinking about this question, and I thought, my dad was an entrepreneur. So okay. I think I have like a genetic predisposition. And even when I was in the corporate world, I had an entrepreneurial spirit, which can kind of get you in trouble in that venue sometimes. So I think I've always been kind of an entrepreneur at heart.
Very good. And where do you want to take your business about 5 years from now?
Well, over the next 5 years, I've started growing, and we have clients in the GTA and KW. I have staff in those areas and that sort of thing. I'm speaking in Ottawa in August and doing another workshop there. So kind of branching out within Canada. And then sort of the long-term plan is moving into the States because I have a second home down there. And so I don't know, Pinky and the Brain will be taking over the world.
Oh, that's a good plan. What are some of the struggles that you may have experienced in the early days?
Well, I think it's what probably a lot of entrepreneurs, you have sort of a concept, but you haven't really worked it out thoroughly. Mm-hmm. Again, I've sort of let Write.On grow organically, but you really do need a plan, and I probably didn't have as much of a hard plan as I needed. And so, you sort of struggle with, what is my best marketing? What are my best business practices and processes? Entrepreneurs I talk to are really good at what we do, but we're not so much good at the business part of it sometimes. So, kind of working through all of that. So that was probably one of my bigger struggles.
Learning many hats in business.
Absolutely.
What has been some of your most effective marketing strategies?
Well, I am a really big believer in multi-layered marketing strategies. So I am my product. So networking, of course, is a really big factor in my marketing. I speak also. And so sometimes when you're sort of front and center at a networking event, people gravitate towards you more naturally. And so that's really been a great marketing tool. Some direct marketing pieces, social media, huge, I get lots of clients through social media.
Any specifics that really worked for you?
People have found me through LinkedIn, through Facebook. I get retweeted quite a bit. So, a few different platforms that are good that way. Just the most important marketing tool is being genuinely good at what you do. And then other people will tell other people about you.
Yeah, word of mouth, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So do you have any events coming up?
I do. Because communication coaching has really come on as one of my new passions, I'm offering a workshop on Monday the 23rd. It's a full-day workshop.
This Monday?
This coming next Monday at Tony Roma's, 9 to 3. And what that's about is I'm taking a piece of my full communication coaching program and kernelling it down starting where people usually are the weakest.
Okay.
If they really are not confident in the way they speak to people about their businesses because they don't have that great elevator pitch, they don't have that great tagline to share. So in the morning, we're going to write it. We're going to have the words. If you don't know what to say and you're saying too much, people who start, well, I just do this, or basically my business is this, that's not a powerful start. So we want you to have powerful words that portrays your product or your service so that people feel compelled and gravitate towards you to buy. And then in the afternoon, after delicious lunch at Tony Roma's,
sounds good.
we're going to practice. So we'll have a videographer and we'll practice in front of the group. You'll get a chance to say it 2 or 3 times.
So you get to stand up and practice your pitch?
Practice right in front of the group. So it's in front of a small group to start with because people are there because they're not feeling confident.
Okay.
To build on that confidence, small group is a great place to start. And they'll share their new tagline and get the feedback from the communication coach, which is me, and the group. And then they'll go home with a video clip so that they can watch themselves in action and see, I have a verbal tick, or I'm flapping my hands, or whatever. Just those little reminders that we're going to work on.
In general, do you think that's also good practice, is to record yourself on camera to sort of practice your speaking skills?
Absolutely. I and several of the other speakers I know who speak on a regular basis and usually are professional speakers record themselves, just like baseball players. Where I first saw this was I love football, so all the quarterbacks they watch game footage, pitchers have themselves taped to show how the motion they're using with the ball. So the same way, visual reinforcement so that there's nothing like visual evidence to know really what's happening, and auditory, so the video and sound combination is powerful.
And do you think that's better than working in front of a mirror?
Oh, yes,
yeah?
Much, because when you're in front of the mirror, it's good, like it's a good place to start, and I always have my clients sort of work on that a little bit. But when you want to move beyond that, it's a more true representation of what you're doing. In the mirror, you're too self-conscious. You're looking at yourself.
Okay.
But when you're on video, you catch all the things you don't see in the mirror. The camera can't lie.
Interesting. What are some of the mistakes that you've made in business that you can share with others?
I think it goes not being focused on what exactly it is you're going to do. I kind of went into business thinking I would continue sort of freelancing and writing for publications. I've written for all kinds of publications in the States and Canada, nationally, all across the Sen Media chain. Lots of magazines, Canadian Gardening and things like that. And I thought that's really what I was just going to continue to do. And I had taken the PR and communications, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do with that. But the way publishing is going, that's really a drawing market. And so I'm very choosy on who I write for, and Write.On does provide content for a lot of smaller papers and that sort of thing. I also edit Lifestyle magazine here in town. It's London's largest lifestyle home magazine, and that's a wonderful thing to do. It's lots of fun to write about beautiful homes and travel stories and that sort of thing. But not knowing how I would expand my business, I think, was a first. So when the freelance started sort of drawing up, I was looking around and a little frantic. What will I do? And I didn't again have that plan in place for the next step until I had that dawning moment, that aha moment when you're going, what's next? Mm-hmm. And then I went, I want to grow in this way, and I want to grow in this way. And that's when I added business writing, where I help people write their marketing materials and websites, their own brochures and those sorts of things. And then I branched out into social media, and Write.On does social media management and content production.
So you can help me write those tweets and write those Facebook posts?
We can do that.
Nice.
Absolutely. So growing in those ways, and then it sort of came to me when I was writing my own elevator pitch. Words is what we do. Many platforms, many venues, but words are the way that we bring business to your business. So as long as after I owned that and let it manifest in the 4 pillars, it all became clear. So I think clarity of vision would be one thing I would share.
So the sooner you can have that clarity, the faster you
absolutely.
can get going.
And then continuing to re-examine it.
Okay.
You know, this is my vision now, and then in 6 months I look at it again. Okay, I'm still good. In a year, that sort of thing, and sort of doing a check-in.
Oh, okay. Great advice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Where can we find out all the information about you?
Oh, well, when you're in the communication business, you're everywhere. So we have a website, of course, writeoncommunicationservices.com. Facebook page, Twitter, at Write.On is our Twitter handle, and you'll find us on Facebook. For the communication coaching event, you'll find us at writeonconfidence.eventbrite.ca. And you'll see us speaking at an event or a workshop near you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you so much to our sponsors today. Our new sponsor is Shop Desi. Desi has provided the wardrobe for today's show. A thank you to Pink Ink for the style consulting and makeup. Thank you to Sonia Bento for the hairstyle, and Susan Dinner from the jewelry that was designed just for the show today. Thank you again for watching. Hope you share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time.